the whole entire ride. You're going to use the animal spotting guide right above you. That's going to be your best friend for the next 2 weeks. You're looking for some animals you've never seen before, or even those fan favorites. Let's see what we may spot. The first animal you're going to spot right here on the right-hand side is called a saddle-bill stork. It's about 5 feet tall. Their wings are about 9 feet wide, and look for the yellow saddle on its feet. Let's keep an eye wide open and see what we may spot over here. Sometimes on the grounds we'll see our friendly okapi. Definitely keep an eye wide open. I don't know if I see one there. Oh, there it is. Okapis have zebra-like leggings, although they're actually not related to a zebra at all. They're related to a giraffe, and we know that from looking at their skulls. My favorite thing about okapis is that their tongues are so long they can lick their own eyeballs. They are in fact the only known relative of the giraffe, so sort of like the cousin of the giraffe, if you will. Coming up right here on the right-hand side, you're going to see a couple animals. The light gray one is known as the greater kudu antelopes. We're taught 55 inches tall. And the reddish-brownish one is known as the bongo. Bongos are known as the ghost of the forest. If you look at their horns and we're slick back twisted, helps them go through any small bushes or any small plants. It's a lot easier. On the top left, I do see my friendly black rhinoceros up here. It's kind of hard to see though. Black rhinos are an average about like 3,000 pounds. Let's go around and see if we get a better view of it, hopefully. But on the right, you're going to get a better view of some of those greater kudu antelopes or even bongos. Having those stripes on their back, the sun is able to reflect off of that, so they are able to see and camouflage a lot easier. On the left up there, you might see that black rhinoceros. They do have pointed shaped knob which helps them grab any small leaves or any small plants. It is a lot easier. Here on the right-hand side, you're going to see those pink back pelicans, and it's not a super hot pink. It's a really, really light white pink. They get this color from mating season, and they are typically in groups about 20 to about 500. And this group of pelicans are called a pod. Coming up right here on the left-hand side, we're going to see those Nile hippopotamus. A lot of people think hippos can't swim, but they definitely can. They just prefer to walk. They can actually hold their breath for 5 to 8 minutes underwater at a time. Usually when hippos all first meet, whoever has the biggest and widest mouth is usually that leader of the hippo group. The group of hippos is called a bloat, sort of like a float but with a beak. Spot another hippopotamus all the way on the left-hand side, kind of by the waterfall. It's a typical rock or a big old boulder. Let's keep on going and see what else we may spot up here. flower, also known as the tree of life. They hold tens and thousands of gallons of water for these animals and also acts as an emergency resource. With those baobab trees, it also acts as a sign of direction now, so if they were lost, they do look for that nearest baobab tree. Any holes in the tree, those are actually tusk marks from animals trying to actually access that water as well. We are headed down now into the savannah. The savannah is home to many of those animals though, like the Maasai giraffe or even Hartman's mountain zebras. The first animal we're going to spot right here on the right hand side is known as the Ankole cattle. Now these horns may look really big and heavy, but they're actually really light in structure, kind of a honeycomb structure. By having that honeycomb structure, air is able to circulate and blood is able to go through, essentially having a nice little air conditioning unit at all times. You're also going to see more Ankole cattle. There's even a little baby one we have over there on the right. If you spot her. Most people actually have Ankole cattle as a sign of wealth. They don't have them for dairy products. Just make sure you guys remain seated, please. I need you to remain seated, please. My friends in the back. Hello, my friend in the back. Can you please sit down? Buddy. Buddy. You sit down, thank you. You have to remain seated. Alright, let's keep on going and see what else we may spot around here. Now, coming up over here on the left-hand side, looks like I spot a few Hartman's mountain zebras. All zebras have their own unique stripes, just like all humans have their own unique fingerprints. A group of zebras is actually called a dazzle, sort of like razzle-dazzle. And that baby zebra can actually imprint or recognize their mother just over 15 minutes of being born. So, although we all think the stripes look the same, they're definitely pretty different. You're also going to see that tan animal, known as the eland, where half of their population is in protected grasslands. And if you look at their horns, they're more slick back and twisted. Right here on the left, you're going to see a few of these wildebeest. Wildebeest typically migrate in big old herds. So when one moves, they all move, kind of like a big game of follow leader. They actually all get their name from the Afrikaans, the people that they're wild beasts, hence the name wildebeest. You should see more of those Hartman's mountain zebras too right here on the right hand side. Ankole cattle on the right, and then also those Hartman's mountain zebras on the right as well too. On the left, there's another eland over there. I love the elands because the elands love the boy eland. You can occasionally find him putting flowers in his head, maybe even a branch or even some little twigs, and the reason he does that is to attract the ladies and the people. Going right here on the left-hand side further up, I do really see a Maasai giraffe, and we're going to get closer in just a second. Easy enough, we know it's a Maasai giraffe from looking at their messy-like spots, but please note Maasai doesn't mean messy. But these giraffes, you almost always see them eat about 16 to 20 hours a day. They also only sleep 30 minutes a day. They take their naps in about 5-minute increments. A A group of giraffe is called a tower. Now, kind of watch down, make sure everybody is okay. A full-grown giraffe is about 18 feet tall. You might spot the little baby giraffe all over there. One's first born about 6 feet tall. It does take about an hour for them to stand after they are delivered. And perhaps the mom giraffe, I always say she's actually pregnant for about a year and a half. So, definitely a long, long time. Giraffes also have a super duper long tongue, about 16 to 18 inches long, which is like the tip of your finger down to your elbow. If you look between their ears, they have these little antenna looking things, such as ossicones. Boy and girl giraffe have those ossicones, or their cousins, the okapi. Only boy okapi have those ossicones. So, tons of characteristics and similarities to their cousins, the okapi. Let's keep on going and see what right we spot. Coming up over here, we're going to see if we spot any of these mandronkeys or even African elephants. So let's see what we may spot. Coming up right here on the right hand side, we're going to see if we spot those African elephants. Easy enough to notice they're African elephants from the shape of their ears. They're going to be shaped like the continent of Africa, of course. The other most type of common elephant you'll see is Asian elephants. So those are small, round, chub ears. But just look at the shape of their ears and you can tell what type of elephant it is. If you ever see them flapping their ears, they're probably just a little overheated. Once they flop their ears, they can actually lower their whole body temperature by about 15 degrees. And so it is essentially like having a nice little fan at all times. Boy elephant, because we only saw one elephant. One elephant usually means that adult male elephant. Adult males are actually kicked out of the elephant group once they reach the age of about 7 years old. They can either stay single or form little groups called bachelors, so you see the boys hang out together forever. If you see multiple elephants, they're going to be your female elephants. Female elephants that do stay together forever, all the way down from the oldest elephant down to the baby youngest. So just look at their herd size and see if you spot any female or male elephants. Let's keep on going now and see what else you may spot over here. Coming up right here on the left and right hand side, you're going to spot some red clay. Red clay is an elephant's favorite snack. It has proteins, nutrients, and supplements. So definitely keep an eye wide open to see if you spot those red clay markings. Meaning an elephant was here earlier grabbing a nice little snack. As we keep on going, let's see if we spot any more African elephants around over here. Around here, baylock trees are also known as the upside down tree. As if you were to tilt upside down, it does in fact look like the roots are growing up. Right here on the left hand side, we're going to see if we spot any of the flamboyants of flamingos. A flamboyant of flamingos is a group of flamingos. Now, these are specifically the greater flamingos. That means they're going to be the lightest in color, but the tallest of all flamingos. With these flamingos, if you spot the ones that are very light, maybe white, they just probably haven't had enough friendship. It does take about a year or two for them to fully turn pink, and like I said, they go by having a whole bunch of friendship. Now, as we keep on going, I can't stop this kind of weird area, but if you look too long, you might see some more elephants hanging out right here, so keep an eye wide open to the left hand side. Left-hand side, we're going to see these spot in the mud. Right, rhinos will love the mud. It helps cool them off, but if their skin also super duper fun to play in. If you didn't know it, rhinos are actually really endangered. A lot of people think their horns have magical, mystical, medicine powers, but they do not. We can actually get keratin, which is in their horns, and our fingernails in here, and that is why it is super duper important to spread the message of conservation as well as education, and of course even donate to local conservation funds. Let's keep on going down and see what else we may spot. As we keep on going over here on the left-hand side, we're going to see if we spot any of these warm cheetahs. Cheetahs are one of the fastest land animals, running up to 60 miles an hour. They have a black stripe under their eyes, just like baseball players. Having that black stripe under their eyes, the sun is able to reflect off of that, so they are able to see and camouflage a lot easier. Rock now. Cookie Rock is home to those lions. Lions are very nocturnal. They sleep on average about 16 to 20 hours a day. They sleep all day. They sleep early because of all the energy they need for hunting. I do see the female lion all over there on the left-hand side. Female lions are known for being hunters of the family, while the boys stay at home for the family or for prey. We do call him Simba. That word Simba does translate to lion in Swahili. You are lucky enough to see him roaring, and we're about 5 miles away. On average, they weigh about 500 pounds. You can tell he's the boy lion right here on the left-hand side because he is the most fluffy-looking one. He's got that big old mane. Now, it does get darker and bigger as he gets older. Once fully grown, it can actually weigh to 30 pounds, so he'll slow down quite a bit. The other female lion too as well here. That is something pretty cool. Alright, looks like we're not going to see any warthogs. You see our wonderful animal keepers though. But these hounds underneath the rocks, these are called warthog burrows, which is the warthog's home. Warthogs typically sleep with their tusk facing out, which help protect themselves at night. Coming up though, right here on the right hand side, and you see the water bucks. They're most going to have a little circle. They're behind or heart-shaped nose. They're super duper cute. They live by water. They drink a lot of water. They have water-resistant fur coats. They're also great summers as well too. So think of like a rain jacket that they have all the time. It's pretty cool. So that's the water bucks. They're pretty cool. Coming up right here on the right-hand side, you're going to see those ostrich eggs. They're missing. Each egg actually weighs about 3 pounds each. Now, these eggs are not going to hatch, but if they were to hatch, they hatch in about 45 days. Well, you could stand on one of those eggs, and they will operate from fresh on hand. For the dairy products that they create, the milk is actually most nutritious but definitely one of my favorites. I love the one inside the truck. Usually my favorite. Alrighty, now Sally friends, our journey is coming to an end, but after this, go to Gorilla Falls. It's a 15 to 20 minute stroll. You'll see some okapi, you'll see some hippopotamus, even spot those gorillas, dumbism. You take strollers, you take wheelchairs, you take scooters by there. If I do any wilderness explorers, you are part of the Simba 1, Simba like the lion, and one like you are the number one. And lastly, friends, if you do want to donate to the Disney Conservation Fund, one of my favorite ways, believe it or not, is go to Starbucks here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. You too can order that white mocha flat top latte, and that is a white mocha flat top latte. $1 per dog is back to the Disney Conservation Fund, so you are in fact helping the animals in need. And grabbing that coffee, you want a fair ways to help out the animals, and grab that coffee as well. Alrighty, friends, we have your final few recommendations together in almost like 1 minute. If you have any questions about the safari, about any of the animals, or anything we saw there, always feel free after to stop by and say hello. We're just gonna wait for this dock to open up the links and we'll choose back on over right to the village of Harambe. Again, my name is Haley. All Los Angeles, and it is my pleasure of being your guide. But here in Harambe, friends, we don't like to say goodbye. Saying goodbye is far too sad and far too final. We do like to say right here, Quaharani, which does in fact to go well.
So instead, we like to say the Swahili phrase Quaharani, which means to go well. So friends, Quaharani, I hope you go well. Go wild, go
If you guys do want to learn about these animals right from the comfort of our bed, you too can go on to Disney Plus. If you didn't know, we actually have our own show. It's called The Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom on Disney Plus. You too can learn all about the animals here at Kilimanjaro Safaris, Animal Kingdom Lodge, and Epcot of the Seas. It's a great way for you to learn about those animals right from the comfort of your bed. If you want to be more up to date on current news and current events with any of the animals, you can also go onto Instagram, of course. There's the Disney Conservation Fund Instagram, or even the Animals at Disney Instagram, where you can find talking about Disney Conservation Fund, about the newest animals, or even see some cute little baby ones, like that baby giraffe that we saw over there on the Instagram. So again, that is Animals at Disney or at Disney Conservation Fund.